Hello and welcome to another episode of Goa 365 Story Behind the Story. Now the past few weeks, you can say even a month, have been a time of fast moving political development. There have been elections, there have been run up to elections, and then there have been other developments like leaders have been put in jail, leaders are in jail for so long, allegations, counter allegations flying all over the place. So this is all a precursor to the Lok Sabha elections in 2024, where the BJP led by the Prime Minister is fighting for another 5 years. So today, to discuss this specifically in view of the Deputy CM being arrested, of Delhi being arrested, is a very, very distinguished and very, very senior panel who have been political thinkers, analysts, politicians for a long time. So without wasting too much of time, much ado, I would like to introduce them, starting with Advocate Clafat Almeida Coutinho, senior advocate and a political thinker. Clafat Bab, welcome. Trajan de Mello, familiar face of the TMC. Trajan Bab, welcome. Sudesh Mayankar, a BJP leader, up and coming BJP leader from the North Belt. Sudesh Bab, welcome. Sandesh Telekar, Vice President AAP. Sandesh Bab, welcome. You will be on the spotlight, under the spotlight.
Already.
Yeah. And last but not the least, Advocate Siddharth Samant, senior advocate and a political analyst and quite a regular on our show. Siddharth Bab, welcome to our show. Clafat Bab, I would like to start with you. What are your thoughts on what's happening? And what do you feel is going to be this political discourse, direction, action, reaction in the next few months?
See, there are two issues. One issue involves corruption and political corruption. And the other issue involves use of arrest as a method to intimidate opponents. On the first issue, corruption has to be dealt with. Nobody questions that. Somehow, when it comes to alcohol, we all get smell of it very fast. And in this case, there appears to be a foul smell. If you look at the allegations and what has happened after the liquor scam, or after the liquor issue came up, what happened after the LG recommended CBI inquiry into the liquor allegations. The government withdrew the liquor policy, and the fallout of that, it is certainly, smell is not simple smell, it is foul smell.
You are trying to say that there is no fire without smoke?
I am not only saying that there is no fire, I smell a scam.
Okay.
Very clear, no doubt about it. This is one part. This scam has to be fought legally, politically. When I mean politically, I mean it has to be highlighted, because AAP came up as they came into being from an anti-corruption fight. They are in a way could be referred to, like even Arvind Kejriwal could be referred to as His Majesty, in honesty. So all that is right. But I am on a different issue. I feel in this matter of arrest of Manish Sisodia, on a matter of principle, I am with Manish Sisodia. See, this is because for a long time, political opponents are being harassed in such a manner that they are sought to be politically neutralized. Like we will find Mayawati may may buckle under pressure very fast. Mamata Banerjee may like a fight, and she fights back. The ruling party is behaving. It is using law, the state agencies, and the arrest of political leaders as a means to control them. See, there are some who may be uncontrollable. Like we will find, as I have said, Mamata Banerjee likes a good fight. Sharad Pawar, they have not been in a position to control. Sharad Pawar, they have not been in a position to tame. But many of them have been tamed. And if all these names like Narayan Rane, Hemant Kumar Biswas, Sharma, then Mukul Roy, Suvendu Adhikari. See, if all these people could fall in line, then what happens to lower leaders who are unable to fight back? So in this situation, according to me, a situation is developing whereby political opponents are being harassed, and I will say that to a large extent our courts have not stood up to the higher judiciary. To the robust executive. The higher judiciary has not stood up to the robust executive. Now look at the case. Pawan Khera gets bail, interim bail. Arnab Goswami gets bail. What happens to lesser mortals like us? Siddiq Kappan remained inside for 2 years. For what? And what was the offense against him? And finally, when they say that there is nothing much against him, and he gets out after 2 years. So if you look at this entire system, as I have said earlier, the political executive is behaving badly, and the courts have not stood up to that. I will take you a bit further. See, we all know a few good principles of law. One of them is a person is innocent unless he is proved guilty. One. Number two, the police must prove everything that is against him. And the third is everybody is entitled for a right of silence. Is Manish Sisodia not entitled to that silence? I am not saying Manish Sisodia is not involved. I am saying the offences are such that you don't require to take Manish Sisodia into custody. These are not matters where some underwear is to be recovered, or a gun is to be recovered, or some clothes are thrown somewhere, they have to be recovered. These are matters based on documents. These are matters based upon commission. Maybe in the case of Manish Sisodia, there is no money trail. Maybe at this stage they don't have money trail. Like in case of Satyendra Jain, there is a money trail, so it is difficult for them to get bail. But in case of Manish Sisodia, for 10 months they are interrogating him. He has cooperated with them. There is no money trail available, and now they are saying that he is not cooperating with us, means they are not telling us what he wants them to tell. Now look at the case against Chidambaram. The case against Chidambaram was again involving money trail. There also it was a case where the offence could be investigated by way of documents. And still they want to interrogate him in custody. See, this custodial interrogation which the police wants, and the custodial interrogation which they have been insisting from the time of Himachal, who is that Chief Minister?
Sharma.
Not Sharma, Himachal. From the time he was a communication minister. From that time onwards, they are using this custodial interrogation. It was, of course, it was earlier period. Custodial interrogation is used to keep people in custody. Now let us come to Goa. See, in the Louis Berger case, Digambar Kamath got bail full marks to him because he applied for anticipatory bail. Churchill did not apply for anticipatory bail.
He had no time to apply. Which was
No, that's a different issue. He did not. He went to the police station. He could have avoided going to the police station and applied for bail. That's a different. Let us not go into that. But Churchill did not apply for anticipatory bail. Did not get anticipatory bail. Churchill remained inside. Now, in what manner of Digambar getting bail hampered investigation?
Yeah, Clement Bab, let me go to the next list before we go into it. Trajan Bab?
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. Trajan Bab, now what I get in the thing is that it's not, see, ultimately it is like a punishment. They know that probably they won't get a conviction, so you put this person for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. It's like a punishment before the train. Is something like that? You also very much involved in this legal thing.
What Cleophas Bab has said is absolutely the correct position. It is being used. See, today, the corrupt person, by the actions of the CBI, the way they are handling it, is making him a victim.
Politically talking.
Yeah, politically he becoming a victim before the people. That now everybody is beginning to believe whether it's corrupt or not. No, but you see, there is a position today that the BJP, the strong executive, that is moving robustly in different directions. There are Supreme Court judges who are saying that our orders are not being followed. They are passing orders and nobody is saying anything. It's not being acted upon. And BJP is so trying to tighten up such a way that as it is losing its allies, the ED, the CBI and the IT have become their allies. They are using them in such a way. As Dr. has already pointed out so many names, it's a fact now that we will not go into that. When you go into, there's a case against you, you go into BJP, your case is stopped. Let us look at Goa. He raised up the Louis Bagar case. Can we say that such a threat was hanging on the sword was hanging on Digambar's head in the Louis Bagar case? That such a senior person had to go in such a way that after having promised in all the temples and in all the churches, and then you say that again God told him to go. Is this not a sort of so much of pressure that a man did not know what he was doing, what he was talking to the people of Goa? So the credibility of all this investigation has come to zero. It has become, any common man will tell you that this is being used or misused politically to keep the opponents under check.
Okay.
You be with us, as today is so popular, the washing machine.
But I would also like to add one more thing before that. See, in the entire process, the government may harass the opponents, but institutions like CBI, IB are all losing their credibility.
Yes.
See, that is the most serious issue.
Yeah, we'll discuss this a little because that's a complete separate discussion on and that particular thing. But before I move on to Sudesh to reply to this, I would like to go in for a short break. See you on the other side. Welcome back. Sudesh Bab, these very serious allegations which basically are being put by the opposition, of course. But is this true, or basically is the BJP going for anti-corruption? What is it?
The first question what you asked, the debate started with one question about arrest of Manish Sisodia. As that question, Dr. answered a bit and then the topic was diverted. Even Trajan Bab spoke against the BJP. Let's stick to the question of why Mr. Manish Sisodia is arrested today. A party which came up saying India against corruption, in today's day, that same party is getting, the name of the party is getting tinted due to various scams and allegations. The latest scam is of Manish Sisodia, and the power minister of Delhi, Mr. Satyendra Jain, is still inside behind the bars. No court is allowing him to get free.
Now, coming to whether Sisodia was assessed rightly or wrongly, it is too early to say right now. Till it is proved in the court of law.
Okay.
So you cannot come to a judgment at
He
it.
is arrested on the liquor scam.
No, whatever it is, that scam has to be proved
No,
in the
that's
court of
different.
law.
That's different.
That is everywhere.
Yeah,
See.
yeah. Anyway, Sudesh, yeah, you.
The main thing is, most of the government liquor shops were controlled by the government back then. It's been nearly 1 year, they have changed the policy to make it private.
He's
one second.
discussing the merits of that matter.
Yeah.
Matter is sub judice is still there before the.
Yeah, I'll give you a chance to think.
But
I'll give you a
I will
chance.
tell you where the corruption started. No?
Oh, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, continue.
So, in the end, the commission was 2%, it rose up to 12%. Maybe because of some kickbacks. It is being said 144 crores this scam is. Secondly, the wine stores, even in Goa, the law is 100 meters from schools or churches, mosque or temples, there shouldn't be any wine store. That also was violated. Aam Aadmi Party always said that we will have a referendum kind of a government, will ask the people and then we'll take decision. I don't think the decision was asked to the people of Delhi and then taken. All the notorious people, the people who are blacklisted, the companies are blacklisted, were given tenders of these, in Hindi they call theka, wine stores basically.
In Delhi, yes.
And coming to the allegations done by Dr. and Trajanba about using the government machinery. See, if you are corrupt, if you are doing something wrong, agencies will have an eye on you and nail you down. In this case, the LG and the Chief Secretary recommended CBI inquiry. And CBI is doing the job, and around 45 mobiles were destroyed. If you are not smelling scam in this case, it's a question to ask, Baba, this is the debate where we are talking about.
We are smelling a scam, no doubt about
Yeah,
it.
one second.
That's-
Those opened up by saying that there is a smell, foul
Not smell, foul smell,
Point
not
is,
smell,
you
foul
have
smell.
to decide.
It's a
Now
dirty
you have to
smell,
see.
no doubt about it. It's an absolute dirty smell.
I'm just
waiting for it.
We have to see the overall.
It
Now,
looks like
Dr. opened up by saying foul smell is coming. There is no doubt
So you
about
all
that.
agree that Sisodia there is some.
There is something to be answered to.
I
so
don't.
let's stick to the
I
question.
definitely, I will.
Why are we diverting?
Okay, one second.
If you want to talk about using agencies, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk
later.
But right now, let AAP answer this question. Yeah, Sandesh, sorry, we got diverted a little bit. Yes, sir.
First and foremost, I think the moment somebody says this policy has got a scam,
Foul smell.
Yeah, it's got a foul smell.
Your neighbor.
I think BJP all these years from the time AAP has come into power in Delhi, BJP has been saying that LG is the head of the government. It was the LG appointed by BJP, Mr. Anil Baijal, who approved this policy, liquor policy in Delhi. Many of them might not be knowing. So the moment they are saying that this policy has scam in it, they have to get onto the LG itself, because he was the final authority who approved it. One thing. Second thing, he spoke. Suresh Babu spoke about the distribution of tekas. The liquor policy, previous liquor policy, it was some government. It was the government tekas which were been run in particular area. After this policy came up, these tekas were evenly distributed throughout Delhi, and this has given three times more revenue to the state. It is not just one time or two times, 3 times more revenue to the state than it is to get before. First thing. Now, he spoke about Manish Sisodia's arrest. See, investigative agency, when it investigates, it goes onto the merits of the case and the
It's supposed to.
yeah, it goes on to the merits of the case and the evidences which they collect during the investigation. there were almost 500 raids against Manish Sisodia's relatives, offices, party office bearers, offices, almost 500 raids. And not a single pay was recovered. Not a single pay, not a single document was recovered from there. Not a single. And after that, Manish Sisodia, when he was called for the first time for questioning, there was an offer given to him. Leave up with 40 to 50 people, come to BJP, we will make you the CM. If not, you will face arrest. And this is what has happened now. Now, this agency is what and this is a common story. Now, Dr. Trojan Bab spoke about certain people. Nationally, we have Hemant Kumar Bishwa. Then there's so many other people who had cases, and then the moment they got into the washing machine, those cases were washed out. Let us come back to Goa. Late Manohar Parrikar always spoke up in the assembly about Marvin Goodinow and his scams. The moment he got into BJP, it was attempt to scam. They spoke about very high, vigorously about 350 crore scam in the mining. This 35,000 crore scam in mining. What happened to it? Past how many years you are in the government? The person whom you said that has done the scam is in your party today. What is this? This is how this party is running the state. This is how the party is running the country today. And it's an attempt made to finish all the oppositions, not just AAP. It is an attempt to finish all the opposition so they can have their says.
Okay.
No, it's a very dangerous situation. It's a sort of emergency what's going on right now. It was one emergency during the time of Congress, what we saw, and the use of MISA, what they did. And today, this is an undeclared emergency, what is going on.
Samantha,
We
legal
are
point.
We are first of all discussing corruption and scam as far as policies of AAP government, especially the liquor scam. So I will stick myself only to that. AAP government came on the premise of being a very clean government. They themselves were the crusaders of all the corruption. And ultimately what we have seen is that one by one each minister has been tainted and involved in some or the other scam. As far as the present scam, liquor scam is concerned, it is nobody's case, whether it is civil society, whether it is other, even AAP also is not defending it. If you see most of the leaders, they are only saying that the custodial interrogation was not required. That also is not correct.
Not so.
But most of the, even whether it is journalists, whether it is legal luminaries, nobody, even yesterday's orders, if you see, or arguments in if you see, nobody is saying that there is no scam or prima facie there is no FIR is maintainable. Nobody is saying that. Scam is there. Even the
Let
panel.
me get up to reply to this.
No,
but
definitely,
anyway.
definitely not.
Scam
Definitely
certainly
not.
is there. See, that's the reason policy has been withdrawn. If the policy was all good, why was it withdrawn by the state?
There were flaws.
So policy is not been withdrawn because there is flaws.
There were
No,
flaws.
in fact, they defended their policy till the last. It was only because there was scams going on. It is only when authorities roped in the policy has been withdrawn.
The governor recommended CBI inquiry.
Yes,
The governor
Lieutenant
recommended.
Governor,
that's what.
Sandeep, do you agree that there was a scam? Do you agree there were?
See,
His question was direct. but
we
there
have very clearly stated these are false cases which have
No.
been put on. Even
That-
on
see, you
these
have
are
to
false
say-
cases. We will fight these cases. We believe the
The
judicial
question
system.
question
And
is an arrest. See, I will.
See,
No, he's talking about. He's saying he's rebutting the
the
argument. He's
cases,
saying.
the cases are false.
Ah.
Again, I'm saying the policy. We will come back with the policy by removing the flaws into it. There were flaws, and that is why it was taken back. But at the same time, I am saying, and I've said this before, the revenue what they claim that government has lost there has been triple the revenue what used to come before.
No, triple the revenue is not
Is
see,
an argument.
No,
that's not
whenever
an
liquor
argument.
is there, revenue increases. No doubt about it. See, in Bengal,
See,
in Bihar, they have lost
And
revenue.
See, question is
So no doubt about it.
see,
And
if you allow a liberal
Almost
liquor
500 raids, not a single evidence
No, no,
found.
So the problem is like this. In Bihar, they are losing huge because of prohibition. And the state of West Bengal and other states
Are benefiting.
benefiting. Gujarat is losing. Maharashtra is
Delhi is
benefiting.
benefiting.
Daman is benefiting. So these are the benefits
Let
of
us- let us
these are
come
the
to-
revenue increases. No doubt about it. So that revenue has increased. Please don't tell us.
as far as
It
as
It
far
is
as-
no. It is even if it has increased, it is not to be used, not to be told to us because it is known to us that once
See-
you liberalize liquor, revenue will increase.
Question is not-
people will bring liquor to Goa from Delhi because it is cheaper there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people may have taken from Goa to Delhi.
I'm
Now-
waiting for
question-
that day
question
for it to
is-
become cheaper in Delhi.
See, our question is arrest. See,
Yeah, okay.
everything-
No,
Yeah,
now
I
the
need-
policy is withdrawn, so you will not get cheaper
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Anyway, Dutur, I need to go in for a break. This first part, what I can say is that we discussed the merits of the case. Now, surprising that TMC and even advocate Bab, who's TMC are saying that there is some false man. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I will give Sandesh a chance to forget about the BJP. I'm talking about TMC and
No. See the
Okay,
false
wait, I know. No, wait. I'll get
No,
back.
I didn't
because
say
I'm
false
out
man.
of.
I said Dutur opened up the argument by saying there's a false man.
I
So
need
let us
it.
not get into that.
I need it. I am out of time on this episode. We'll bring this up on the next one. So that was very interesting for me from this first part. But I will give Sandesh a chance to start in the next episode. We'll start with Sandesh. This is very interesting. So now let's see what ensues in the second part. Very, very interesting. But one point also we need to discuss in the second episode is whether custodial, no doubt, but whether agencies have to be used to browbeat the opposition. Keep watching Goa 365.